Welcome back to one of our other Momma Interviews. And this time I'm here with Nikki Reeves, who's Postpartum Support International Georgia chapter, and she's on their Programs and Education Committee, as well as many other amazing things that I will have you share with us, Nikki. But thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
I'm excited to speak with you.
Me too.
So tell us what compelled you to get involved in this larger discussion around maternal mental health?
Well, I struggled not knowing what was going on, but was struggling with motherhood and just the lack of knowledge. I didn't know that it was anxiety, and then it turned into depression. And really the lack of resources once I did get diagnosed, there was just none in my area. And I knew group support would be the best thing for me. So I needed to talk to other moms about this. And so I created my own in my area, and it really worked out well. We did a library thing, and that was slow to, all groups are hard to grow.
Right.
But we kind of turned it into a mom's night out therapy instead, kind of, make it a little more fun. And so that's been much more successful.
Okay. I love that. Cause I wish there was more resources out there, and I think there's more and more are happening, but I love that you're like, there wasn't, so I created my own, and that you were able to do that. And that's amazing. Yeah, that's cool. So what would you want all moms to know about maternal mental health?
I guess just that you need to take care of you, because I think I thought that I had to run myself into the ground trying to be selfless, but I needed a break, and it's okay, to take that. And so just that it's okay to be selfish, because you can't pour from an empty cup.
Very true. Yeah. And I think it's it's not selfish, right? Because you can't pour from an empty cup. You have to do self-care so that you can give to your children, that you can give to your partners, that, to work, to whatever you're doing. You have to take care of yourself first. And I think that, unfortunately, people feel like it's a selfish thing. Oh, well, I went to work now, so, I shouldn't be taking this time for myself. Where I'm like, no, you went to work and you're at home with your kids. You need to take time for yourself too. So, yeah. So how do you balance being a mom and, doing running your support group work and stuff like that, and just your relationship roles?
I have a lot of help, from family, and my husband's a teacher, so coming up this summer, he'll have a lot more time off. But yeah, just having, a support system in place, and I always spend time with friends. I mean, at least once a week, because my kids have someone to play with, a friend, and I have someone to talk to about the struggles and the realities of motherhood. And I really look forward to that.
Yeah. How would you say, because you said you started your own group, how do you go about doing that if there's a mom out there that's there is nothing around here, but I would like to start my own thing. What steps did you take to do that?
It was really, intimidating at first, but I just, kind of had to have a location. And then I started, promoting on Facebook. I started a group, and it was really not just Georgia specific. It was kind of everyone, but we did have a big group local. And so just kind of trying to advertise on there. And it was slow to start, but I think I have 2,000 members.
Wow.
And
that's amazing.
Yeah.
And clearly not all 2,000 come to your your meetup group.
No.
But yeah.
18. Our largest event was 18 moms.
That's awesome.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And I think that online support is really key, but I think having the in-person support takes it to a whole nother level, and
Really,
having
yeah.
the face-to-face. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Love that you're doing that. So what do you think is your greatest lesson you've learned as a mom?
I guess again, just take care of you, because
Yeah.
I struggled so much with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish I hadn't,
Yeah. Yeah. Like feeling guilty, like
Yeah, the guilt and just trying to be perfect when there's so many ways to be perfect. And I compared myself, to others, and
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
hard, especially with Facebook slamming, it all in your face when it's not really always showing the whole picture.
True. Very true. Yeah. I was talking to somebody else and we mentioned all those same things. And I think it's, I think it is hard, and you're not a bad mom for feeling like it's hard, because we all have our different struggles. It might not be the same struggles, but definitely it's hard for, I would say, everybody. But I think like having a good support system is so key to getting the help that you need. So what do you think is the greatest lesson you've learned as a mom?
I guess just to go easy on yourself, because we're all doing our best. I mean, and the fact that you worry about being a good mom shows that you are.
Yeah.
And
yeah. I love that you said that. Yeah.
Don't beat yourself up. I mean, we all have good days, we all have bad days, and that's okay. That doesn't mean you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. 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 Because it's a constant learning process, I think, being a mom, because they change. Our kids grow and change. And as soon as you think you've got it figured out, they throw you a curveball. And you're like, what?
A time change, or you go traveling. And
Right. Yeah. That's very true. So what do you feel is and you've kind of shared a little bit about this, but what do you feel is your greatest personal struggle with the experience of motherhood?
I guess just the anxiety, it was so bad for a while. I really wasn't enjoying it because I was always expecting the worst to happen, and I was exhausted. I mean, I wasn't sleeping when the babies were sleeping, and it was just a really hard time.
What are some of the things that were most helpful for you to cope with the anxiety, or to get better with that?
I went to therapy, and that gave me, a lot of techniques that helped in the moment. But for a while I couldn't leave the kids, so having that self-care time was so non-existent because I couldn't. So
yeah. And it's been easier, like that's gotten.
Oh yeah. I can leave them now, and I enjoy leaving them now.
Yeah.
But it was a process. It's, it was baby steps, and
and you couldn't leave them because of the anxiety, or because that's what? Okay.
Fearing something bad happening if I couldn't protect them. And
right.
It was exhausting.
Yeah. That is exhausting. Because you have twins, or?
No, I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old boy.
Oh, okay. So that was a long process then.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. And then what is one piece of advice you'd like to give other moms? And I know you shared like lots of wisdom today, but what's like?
I guess make sure you maintain your identity. You are still a person. You're not just a mom. And I think having that separation is a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a hard one, I think, for
Mm-hmm.
a lot of moms, is feeling like they lose who they were before when
Mm-hmm.
once they become a mother,
Right.
or
Yeah.
feeling guilty because they want a piece of what that was. And it's like,
Mm-hmm. And it's really, you're just grieving your
mm-hmm,
past self, and that,
mm-hmm,
that's okay to miss
yeah,
the way things used to be, the freedom, and
yeah,
but
yeah.
this is a different stage, and there will be another stage when I get that freedom, but it's not now.
Right, right, right. Grief. Yeah, I think that's a huge piece, is that, and then it's okay to grieve that.
Hmm.
So good. Well, anything else that you want to share? Do you want to tell us like what's your Facebook group that you have?
It's called Maternal Mental Health, and I have a public page,
Mm-hmm.
and then also the private group that gets a little more, personal. But
Mm-hmm.
we're all survivors, advocates. I think, you know, there's some people that are fully recovered, some people that aren't diagnosed. I mean, it's just,
Mm-hmm.
but everyone's so supportive. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we've had such few instances, and I just love how non-judgmental it is, because
Right.
really everyone just powers together and gives you
Mm-hmm.
not advice, but just
The support.
encouragement.
Yeah, encouragement and support that you
Right.
need, right? That we need on this motherhood
And
journey that we're
advice
on.
doesn't
Yeah.
help
No.
sometimes. We just
No.
need to be heard. And
Yeah. Yeah, because I think it's like we're not typically looking for advice. We just want that support, and that feeling like we're not alone, like we're not crazy for feeling this way. We're not the only one that's in this,
absolutely.
or finding it hard or a struggle or anything. So I love that you offer that. That's great. Well, thank you so much for being on, and
Thank
enjoyed
you.
talking with you, and
Yeah.